Hi, this is Piper from HotWand, and today I'd like to go over our first video here on the AI Red Team Assistant, which is very similar to the penetration test assessment that runs on the Raspberry Pi 4B, except in this case we have a lot of AI on the running within a VirtualBox VM. You can also build it in AWS and Azure and GCP. The username and password are HotWand, it's a username, and then the password is HotWand123 plus sign. Okay, so today we're going to go with the VirtualBox, all right, that you can run on your laptop. We'll launch VirtualBox here, and to go over some of the parameters, we have some settings. And the description is this build was March 31st, 24 is when it was available. We can go into the system here and take a look at the memory. It's 32 gig of RAM. And the reason why is because we're running AI models on a CPU system as opposed to a GPU. And we need some extra oomph in the RAM. And the processor, we're going with 10 CPUs, and we've experimented a bit. We've knocked it down to 6 CPUs and 16 gig of RAM. We prefer like at least a terabyte or two for storage. For the network at this time, the virtual machine is recommended as NAT. This can be changed with firewall rules and whatnot, but just to get you off the ground, let's go ahead and launch the VM. All right, and for the login, again, the username is HotWand and the password is HOTWAN123 plus sign. And this is running on a Windows 11 laptop, by the way, like a Dell laptop. Okay, so here is sort of the desktop environment. We have build notes here, and this has a lot of the instructions on how to operate the machine. Now, to give you, for this particular build, what we've done is we've emulated the Raspberry Pi image that we've been working on for several years, and it's run within QEMU, or I call it QEMU, it's QEMU. And so the tool sets are a mix on the VirtualBox native environment as well as within the emulated environment of the Raspberry Pi. So you have instructions on like how to access every tool individually, as well as some notes and things of that nature. We've gone through and automated over 100 tools, more than 200 at this time. And so within the abbreviated notes, as I say, it'll give you instructions on how to access each tool on the system. And then we have a tools list, which, different platforms and whatnot like that, web, network. The ones that say A on them means that they're automated to some degree. Okay, so you can do through the build notes and whatnot. And then there's a manual that is actually created as well that goes into more detail for advanced configurations and things like that. What type of scanners, exploiters, payloads we have involved. So this is really built towards penetration testing, AI red teaming, but we don't have any type of social engineering tools. And we don't support that. We recommend that you go with some other professionals if that's what you need. All right, so the system at this time takes a couple of minutes to start up some back-end services, okay? And the way to launch it is through a green button here, or you can access it is here, and this will launch a web browser. So let's wait about 2-3 minutes for the system to warm up. All the things are loaded, including the emulator, and we'll run some tests. But during the meantime, the reports are generated in the gig folder, okay? So specifically in the reports directory. if you want to do a code analyzer, and so the code analyzers that we have will look for if a customer gives you code, you can set it up securely to where you don't need internet access for the system at all, and the AI will still work too. But if you want to upload some code, you put it in the directory, and then when we move to the scans and exploiters, you click a couple of buttons, it runs the analysis and puts it back into the reports folder. And as I say, we probably have like over 200 reports generated because they're automated, and we can consolidate those reports, and then we're using AI to look at those reports for analysis, and you can ask questions to the AI system about the findings. Where we're going with this is the AI will actually learn the hacker tools and launch systems, launch attacks, and provide feedback for the end user to decide if they want to perform certain exploits, things of that nature. Okay, now let's come back to the system, and it should have all the services up and running, the emulator in full ready to go mode. To way how to launch things is you can hit this little green button here or down here at the bottom. One click, it'll open up a browser and allow you to see different menus. So we have this dashboard, it's version 2.x, and then we have a new dashboard that is currently in an alpha 2 release. It's moving into beta in May. But let's click on this, and this is where pretty much what we got things going on here. It's like a one page. You want to do a pen test, you can enter a project name like my test 1, and then you can have different types of scanners, which are like recon, and then exploiters. You can choose, so let's you can go databases, Windows, VoIP, select what you want between scanners and exploiters, or you can, if you don't want to do web, that's your priority. Collaborator works right now. We're working on the lateral movement, the privilege escalation, the persistence, the stealth mode. All this can be done manually today from the command line, and again, these can be referenced in the abbreviated notes. We haven't gone through all the permutations of the several hundred tools that we're dealing with, but eventually AI will be able to pick and choose and run tools for us, or you can consult the test results and manually let allow the AI to test for you. And we can say something like, let's pick a target or so. We can have multiple targets, username, auth, and then you can say test. So it launches the test, and we have some other tests that were launched, but now this one's running here. Okay. What happens is it is going back here is the 2.7 from here. You can basically, out of those 500 different tools that create these 500 reports, actually several hundred tools that create 500 reports as of today, you can consolidate them into one report. And there's different AI agents. Let's see, we're using private GPT. So let's say we've run several hundred tests and we just want to import those. We can upload the report like a consolidated report, and we can query the documents. We can search the documents, and we can also talk with AI and ask it questions. Are there any ports open? Is this exploitable? Which tool should we run next? What should we look at? And you can, talk to AI. Now this is one model in particular. we have several different models, and we're swapping them out. We're using fine-tuned models and embeddings, things of that nature, and uncensored models. And so we're tuning and tweaking things, and we're using machine learning as well. Okay, so moving on, we have, obviously a wiki. We have, like, if you wanted to do a source code analysis, if customer gives you some source code, you can do this securely by, it doesn't need internet access. This virtual machine doesn't. It has onboard local AI, and so it doesn't need to phone home to anything. Some tools that we have on there like to update themselves before they run, and if you don't want any internet access, you can block that. Some tools will break, but whatever. There's plenty of other tools that will run. You can connect the system to the internet as well. Okay, so you can log in here. It's the same creds, hot1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will log in and allow you to upload your source code within this directory and just put it in there, okay? And let's go back to, this is the old method of doing it, but old but proven and true that it works. So we have different scanners, and so we could go to code scanner here. And behind the scenes, the old way of doing things was using Jupyter notebooks. We call them run books. And now that the code is, say, loaded in the directory, you can also load the code, again, KIG, within here. You can put the code in there. Okay, and then all you have to do is click, highlight it, click the cell, and then click run, and then that will run the code analyzer against it. All right, what else do we have here that so we talked about AI chatting with test results, and you can ask questions. We have other models, red team models, that we're working on. You can go to the model section, and one of my favorites at the moment is Orca 2, and you can load that, and then it'll load it in memory. So all these models run in memory, and essentially they're binaries, and that's why it requires a lot of memory for it. And once that's loaded, we can say go over to the chat window and talk to another AI model and ask it questions and things of this nature. Now, what we have coming out at the April release is a group chat of AI models that can look at the test results, interpret them, and they're broken out in different specialities. Like we'll have like a web elite hacker AI bot, a network elite AI hacker bot, and there will be different assistants, chat bots within this group chat that will look at the various tool reports and how we've broken them down and provide analysis for that. Okay, so all right, that is about it for now, and we'll go ahead and close, and thank you very much. Bye.